Okay, so this is probably easier. If you go to, yeah, okay, for example, like this is a very simple thing, right? If you copy all of this, then so I have missed. This one is the development. You could get this from GitHub. You could get both of them actually, but this is like for development. This is more. This is like a stable version. Anyways, so after like you set up stuff and I'm using the development version. So you go to contracts, say deploy new contract. Um, then down here, this is where you would paste. This is where you would write your Solidity code. So if I just paste it there, then it's compiling. Could not compile source code. Why is this guy complaining? Oh yeah, because in Solidity you have to state the version of the compiler. So I think the current one is 0416. So this, I think that sentence just means, like that line just means, make sure it's that this code will work for version 0416 upwards. I think that's what it means. So you select the contract you want to deploy, which is this. And if you look at this, this is just like in Java or whatever, where you have like a class or something. So you just have your contract, and your contract name is my token. So here you create an array of balances, and then down here, this is like your constructor, which always has the same name as the contract name. And then like you see, okay, the balance of the message, the person sending the message is going to be the initial supply. This is just an example. And then like your transfer will be from one address to with a certain amount. So so we first check that the balance of the person sending me is sending me money is actually greater than what they're sending, so that we're sure the person has enough. Then we check that my balance, when added with the money the person is sending, doesn't overflow, because it's all like in like bits and bytes and stuff. So if they send too much, that will cause an overflow. And then because this is like deep computer science stuff, but like there will eventually just be all zeros in my account instead of think of 99 plus 1. If we have only two spaces, is we'll end up with 100, right? 100. But because but because we have only two spaces, the one disappears, and then we have just those two zeros. So that's an overflow. So what we're doing in this line is making sure that if someone sends me money, I don't my account doesn't overflow. So if all of those check, if those work, then we say yeah, the balance of the person sending should be deducted by that amount being sent, and then just add that to mine. Then initial supply, let's just say like 10,000 or something. Um, so this is the gas. Like if you increase it, it's able to execute the script faster, but then it uses more. It charges you more as opposed to doing this. So you can see it increases. Yeah. So doesn't really matter. Let me just put it max because my hand hurts. Then you say deploy. So it will ask for your fucking mouse. Damn. Yeah, so it's going to ask for your password. This is like all the details and stuff. So I'm just going to type my password. Then send the transaction. Okay. And then if I go back to the main screen, and go down. So yeah, it's creating that contract. which would take a while. Oh man. Yeah. So what it does is to go through some checks. So there are 12 of them. Over here is just the dates, the accounts. Oh man. Yeah, the account, sending, then the this is the token I created called my token, if you remember, and then this it just tells us what level of confirmation is done. This is the amount, the costs being sent through that transaction. So like I didn't include any. I'm only paying for gas. I'm not sending money at all. I'm just creating a token. So and then I'm not sure what that guy is. Anyways, but like when this is done, if I click on my token, it will bring me to something like this that gives me the details of the token, and I can show you like the old ones I made. So like there's one called gadgets, which is on one of the stuff. Anyways, but yeah, it just gives you details of what the token is about.